Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Cool Quotes Dark Souls Let's Play. In this one, we are going to head into Undead Burg, which is the first area that you're actually supposed to go to from Firelink Shrine. So just ignore everything we did last video in terms of New Londo Ruins. That's not till later in the game. But for now, you're just going to fight some easy enemies. The way to Undead Burg is not too hard. You can actually, if you use that kick that I just did, you actually can kick these guys over the edge if you're having trouble with them. But it's actually easier just to kind of like let them attack a little bit. They hit your shield, and then you just hit them to death. I mean, you see, I'm making some mistakes here, and I'm being a little sloppy, but I'm not really having too much trouble killing them. So here, I'm just looking at this guy throwing fire bombs, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just bum rush this guy. I'm just gonna kill him, and I just run up here. I try to dodge one of those fire bombs and roll right off the edge. Yeah. So just take that as what to not do when playing Dark Souls. That's just another example of me being a somewhat impatient player, and possibly the advent of the, how do you say, let's play curse, where once you start recording yourself, you just play worse. I don't know if that'll happen happen a lot during this Let's Play. It probably will. As I said, I'm not the best Dark Souls player, but yeah, see, this time I'm just kind of like, fuck it. I'm not fighting these guys slow again. I'm just going to burn them with fireballs. And it doesn't matter if they get a shield. It doesn't matter at all. You just throw right at them. They just get destroyed. Fireball is such an OP spell. You're not even supposed to get that until after the lower Undead Burg when you save the Pyromancer. So having it right now is just ridiculous. I mean, these guys aren't even that tough. You just let them attack, and you go around them, and then you just beat them up. And to have these spells that do 150 damage to them, it's just overkill. This guy has a shield, so I'm just like, what, screw it. And it hits the shield, so I'm just like, alright, backstab. Now what's cool is the backstab animations actually sort of change depending on the weapon you're using. If you're using like a sword or something, you'll actually run the guy through if you backstab him, and I think that just looks so cool. I mean, if you use an axe, it does the same thing as the Morning Star. You just kind of like hit him twice and do a little spin at the end. But I like the fact that they actually put in like different animations for different weapons. It just shows a nice little touch from FromSoft. Now here I'm going to actually try to equip the longsword and fail, and then realize that I need one more dexterity, which I probably should have leveled up before. But so I'm just going to stick with the Morning Star for now. Now you can actually jump across this little thing here if you time it right, like I'm going to do. Boom, and then you run across the outside here, and you can actually find an item at the end on a body. I don't remember what it is, so let's just see me pick it up. Oh, Ring of Sacrifice. I'm not a big fan of Rings of Sacrifice. Basically what they do is if you die with one on, the ring breaks so you can't use it again, but you keep all your souls and humanity. It's a cool idea, but it's kind of like one of those things that you always save and never use because you don't want to waste it, so you just end up never using it. There is one notable exception where you actually have to die and you know that going into it, and that's a great place to use a Ring of Sacrifice. But other than that, there's very little occasion to actually use that thing, and it just makes it kind of useless. Oh, there's another soul here. Those rats, we're going to see a lot more of those later in an area called the Depths, and they're actually one of the best sources of humanity in the game. So if you see any of those as you come across them, definitely kill them, because there's very few enemies in this game that drop humanity with any sort of regularity. And the rats are some of them. What does this say? Be wary of hollow. Yeah, we'll rate that up, because in this area you definitely have to watch it for the hollows, because there's going to be a lot of them. This is where the game sort of starts to get hard for new guys, because each area you go to has just a few more enemies that all kind of swamp you at once, and it just makes it that much harder for someone impatient like me, because you don't want to sit there and pull them all with like a bow or something like that. You just want to beat the crap out of them. And yeah, basically that was another example of why the backstab's so good. When you're in the middle of a backstab, other enemies can't hit you, and that guy just tried to hit me there, and he just missed. He just went right through me because I was in the middle of my backstab animation. Yeah, cracked round shield. not really worth it. I actually knew that there was nothing in this room when I first went in, but then I saw the sign, and I thought, oh, maybe there's something in this room. Maybe that's why the sign's there. But no, it's just there to throw you off. So yeah, there's nothing worthwhile in that little area. This says try rolling. Don't try rolling. That's another death trap. That's one of the reasons I really love playing online, because people will just put these crazy messages that don't mean anything or just are completely misleading. Oh, that's a really good pickup. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to equip that here, because the battle axe, yep, does more damage than the Morning Star, and I actually just really like the swing animations and the move set. I think if you use the the R2 attack, you'll actually do an overhead swing that just goes like in tight corridors. It'll just go straight up and down vertical, so it's very easy to swing it there. And now if you come up here, you actually can't find another body in the corner here, and it has another soul lost undead. Now I haven't really used any of those yet, but you will see me crunch a bunch of them at once at certain points of this game. You really can't be afraid to use those. After a while, you're gonna get so far in the game where, like, you know, these little souls were like they're worth like 200 souls when you crush them. That's gonna be nothing, like absolutely nothing. You're gonna need like 20,000 souls to like get a soul level. 200 souls doesn't mean anything. So really, if you have something that you want to buy, if you need to level up, if you want to be able to use a weapon or something like that, you don't have the stats for it, just do it. Definitely just do it. Because, you know, the only reason for the hard soul items is so that if you die, you'll have, like, you know, some that you can use. So, like, say you die, you run out of souls, but your items are all, like, you know, all beat up. You can, like, crunch one of those and repair them. Like, it just gives you, you know, that option. But it doesn't. It's not like you should save them all for the last, like, part of the game and then pump yourself up or anything. Just use them if you need to, or if you want to. I mean, don't hesitate. It's not worth it in this game. The longer you wait, the less useful they'll be. Now here there's actually an ambush, and you shouldn't run forward the way I did, because there's going to be guys behind you. Now I got a little lucky here, and I rolled behind them, and happened to get both of them in one swing. But you should just actually, as soon as you see those guys spawn, you should run back to the door and take them all on one by one. Now you can actually climb up this ladder here, and there should be nothing that way. Yeah, there should be humanity on this guy, I believe. Yep. Yeah, so that's like the first humanity we've really come across, or the second humanity. But they are definitely a limited resource, but they're very useful. Let's see if we can jump over to it from here. And we can. So just so you guys know, you don't have to actually go through that entire area. You can just jump across right when you get up there for the first time, and you don't have to fight through that ambush. So anyway, that pretty much wraps up this episode of Dark Souls, and next time we will continue in the Undead Burg by venturing through this ominous-looking fog door. See you later, and keep watching.